Welcome back to TV5 News at 9. It's time now for Education Matters. You know, with school canceled for the rest of the year, it can be really hard for students to cope with that loss of their daily routines. But joining us this morning to talk more about that is Dr. Craig Douglas. Thank you so much, Dr. Douglas, for joining us. What advice, Dr. Douglas, do you have for parents, teachers, and students as they try to navigate this new normal?
It's a huge challenge for all of us, isn't it? I think for parents, reassurance is the most important thing, and being good listeners to their children. Many times children wake up and their perspectives vary by day, and parents listen for clues as far as what may be on each child's mind and try and mediate their concerns and keep with the theme that ultimately everything will be okay. Everything will be okay. And that's where TV5 is such a great resource for updated information. We heard encouraging news yesterday, for example, that the crisis in New York City has started to flatten. All these messages of hope really help children cope with the unique circumstances we're all facing.
Dr. Douglas, that's so true. My kids heard that and they're like, oh my goodness, there's something positive, that does give them some excitement, something to look forward to. How about high school seniors, Dr. Douglas? This year, this time, it's really a milestone for them. The prom, graduation. How do you help them cope, the seniors?
Well, there's no sugarcoating it. It's a very, very huge, irreplaceable loss for seniors who were looking with anxiety and anticipation for things like their final season of softball or baseball, or maybe it was a milestone like prom, or many schools have senior award nights. These milestones, if you will, have been altered and are irreplaceable. For seniors, one idea I would toss would be maybe turn this idle time, if you will, into an opportunity to maybe enroll in an online college class. Many colleges are really responding very positively to this crisis and would probably welcome new admissions for online courses. And this might be a way for a graduating senior to get a jump start on a college semester ahead of time. And with this, crisis, if you will, we have so much more idle time. There will be assignments and things for the high school to finish up. We're going to learn more about that as schools enroll these plans in the coming days. But in addition to that, seniors might consider online courses that would help count towards whatever program they're going to enter in the fall.
Dr. Douglas, what do you think about this? Just kind of getting away from everything. And I know there's so many things now online that can help people maybe pick up a new hobby or something exciting. I know there's like how to learn to play guitar or something like that. What do you suggest?
I think those are great ideas. The cautionary note I would give is if the goal is for the coursework to count, to make sure that they consult with college reps to make sure that the courses actually do count. Most courses are transferable, like you described, but some of those courses would only be electives and not actually count towards curriculum that they're heading to. That's not a huge barrier, but it's an important factor to at least consider. I would also suggest for existing students in high school to perhaps consider dual enrollment options. And their high school counselors would have information about what might be available and what might count. Again, looking to turn this idle time into a positive for existing students in high school and our graduating seniors.
And Dr. Douglas, this really is a new normal. What other advice do you have that we haven't covered that's really important to consider right now?
Perhaps the best advice I saw came on the internet, and it was regarding a vice presidential candidate named Stockdale, who ran with Ross Perot in the 90s. He had been a prisoner of war in Vietnam, and he was asked the question of how did he survive, and his answer was very logical. He survived by knowing that he would come out okay. He didn't set false goals of, I want to be out of prison by, say, my birthday or by Christmas or by whatever milestone. Instead, he took a bigger view and took things one day to a time, knowing that deep down he would come out of captivity. We're not in captivity like that. I don't mean to imply that, but we are in a unique situation in which we really don't know the end date, do we? So perhaps the best thing for all students is to take it one day to a time and to grow and learn the best they can with the circumstances that they're in.
Dr. Douglas, I think that's the best advice. Take it one day at a time. We are going to get out of this together. Thank you so much for joining us today, Dr. Douglas.
Thank you. Be well.
You as well. Thank you. You know, if you have any other information at all, if you want any other information, just head on over and get some of Dr. Douglas' tips in the hot link section of WNEM.com.